100 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Ali Ahmad. First, the headlines. Meeting of Federal Cabinet is underway in Islamabad with Prime Minister in the chair discussing overall political and economic situation of the country. Information Minister says the PTI government fully believes in the freedom of expression as basic constitutional and democratic right. In state of Assam, fresh agitation has been launched by 18 organizations against the controversial Anti-Muslim Act. In Afghanistan, Deputy Governor of Kabul and two police officers were killed in two separate attacks in the country's capital today. And now the news in detail. Meeting of the Federal Cabinet is underway in Islamabad with Prime Minister Imran Khan in the chair. The meeting is discussing the overall political and economic situation of the country. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Senator Shibli Farah says the PTI government fully believes in the freedom of expression as a basic constitutional and democratic right. In a tweet today, he said, "We are standing by the media and will not let freedom of media be dented." The minister said Maryam Nawaz's allegations and threats to the media expose her claims about the freedom of expression. Director General FIA Wajid Zia and IG Police Islamabad Amir Zulfikar separately called on Interior Minister Sheikh Rashid Ahmed in Islamabad today. The Director General FIA briefed the Interior Minister about the FIA, while the IG Police Islamabad gave briefing to him about law and order situation in the federal capital. Special Assistant on Climate Change Malik Amin Aslam says the government plans to convert 30% vehicles on electricity by 2030 under its electric vehicles policy. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, he said Prime Minister Imran Khan was selected among top speakers in the recently held Global Climate Action Summit because of his vision of climate change, rejecting the questions raised by PMLN leader Maryam Nawaz and Pakistan People's Party leader Bilawal Bhutto Zardari about 10 billion tree tsunami project. Malik Amin said he's ready to show them on-ground implementation of the project in various parts of the country. 73 more people died of coronavirus during last 24 hours in the country, raising their death toll since the outbreak of the pandemic to 8,905. According to the latest statistics issued by National Command and Operations Center, 2,460 people were tested positive. 386,333 patients have so far recovered from the disease, while there are over 48,000 active cases in the country. Pakistan-China border via Khunjrab Pass was opened today for next 10 days. Our Gilgit correspondent Sher Mohammed reports that stranded containers in China will be evacuated to Gilgit-Baltistan during this period. However, tourists will not be allowed to visit the border area. According to protocols signed between Pakistan and China, the border is being opened on 1st of April every year for trade and travel purpose, but it has been closed this year due to coronavirus pandemic. An analytical report released by Kashmir Media Service says India is brazenly violating the Geneva Convention on Prisoners' Rights in the illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The report, which was released today, said the Modi-led fascist government is using National Investigation Agency and Enforcement Directorate to break the resolve of Hurriyat leadership for achieving their right to self-determination. The report said more than 13,000 Kashmiris have been put behind bars since 5th of August last year, while 161,163 were arrested during the past 30 years in the Heald Valley. However, Hurriyat leadership is determined not to succumb to NIA and ED onslaught. In India, fresh agitation against the controversial Citizenship Amendment Act, also known as Anti-Muslim Act, has been launched by 18 organizations in Assam, demanding the repeal of the legislation and release of jailed leaders. protest rallies were taken out across the Indian state by the organizations besides students and youth organizations of ethnic communities. In Afghanistan, Deputy Governor of Kabul was killed in a bomb attack today. According to security officials, the Deputy Governor, Mehbubullah Mohibi, was traveling with his security guards when the blast occurred. 2 guards were injured in the blast. Meanwhile, a police officer was killed and 2 others were injured in a militants' ambush in Kabul today. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.jv.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.